Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the 1216 podcast. This is 12 coming to you with another banger from One Piece manga, chapter 1149. This chapter right here I had to read it quite a few times, and I apologize for it being late. I should have been had it out, difficulties, DreamCon, all the good stuff from inside there. No excuses. I'm back on top of my game now. Let's get back into it then. But this chapter is called 1 second, and the 1 second was really 1 fudging second. But before we get into it, we'll go over the cover art. The cover art is, of course, we have Juri Bonnie inside of her natural 12-year-old state, Robin, Sanji, Nami, Chopper, Zoro, Lilith, Usopp, Luffy, and then we have that cat and also that boss sheep that we always see around. But we have them all inside the restaurant eating what it looks like to be egg. I want to say like an omelet type stuff. Of course, they're drinking, look at the bill, going crazy, going from there. But the crew looks so happy. Chopper sees everything as well, and he's just so lovely. I love Chopper. Shout out my boy Chopper. There we go. Shout out my boy Chopper. You know how it is. Firefish Chopper in the fucking building, everybody. But to get into the actual chapter itself, we start off with the whole crew going, "Oh no, what just happened?" Because we do remember that the last time we came inside here, Scopper Gaban was flying towards Summers and had his axe out and gave him a nasty slash. And Summers actually feels the pain. So looking on right now, like Usopp's like, "Wait, what the hell? That worked upon him? How did that work?" And Scopper Gaban, of course, is saying, "Well, I'm a little rusty. He basically should have one-shotted him." Cool, that's one of those things. Then Summers gets up. He's like, "You know what? You're Scopper Gaban. Yeah, I got to make sure I still my A game with you." Thorn salvation. A bunch of thorns start coming out of the ground, flying towards him, and he has an axe in his hand for a reason. Scopper Gaban is going through, slicing and dicing his way all the way up through all of these thorns, getting down there, and he's called the Man Eater or the Mountain Eater for a reason, because they're looking like, "What are you doing inside Elbaf?" Well, he's in Elbaf because of the fact that he's here to protect them and his family, which they don't know about just yet. So that's a good one for right now. As we keep going on, though, Scopper is like, "Yeah, I gotta really, like, you really don't want to know why I'm here. Don't bog me down with these boring conversations. Let's get right to business." And as they're going at it, Robin tries to help out a little bit, but Jinbei tells her, "Don't do it. The thorns in your hands, they're not going to mix together. Just let Scopper Gaban do what Scopper Gaban does." And immediately, as Summers is sitting here trying to do a thorn hunt and Crimson Lotus hail towards Scopper Gaban, simply hits him with an axe sympathy. And as axe sympathy slices his top half of his chest and above to the head clean off, as well as cutting his hockey infused thorn bat in half as well. So Scopper is in rare form ish, and we're looking at the comparisons again now between Scopper Gaban, and it comes down to Rayleigh. Like, if Scopper Gaban this is him inside of third place inside the crew, rivaling of course Rayleigh. Imagine what would happen if we were to see Rayleigh actually start fighting now. Oh yeah, I think it'd be one of those. But of course, Scopper is doing his thing, holding him down. He cuts him inside half, and then he dips right the fuck off because he's like, "Yo, I gotta go save my son. Colin, I'm coming for you, my guy." And Chopper is free, so Chopper finally jumps out of the Saul's beard, and he takes off after Scopper Gaban because he's like, "Hey, I need to go see just how this dude did this, because he cut an immortal person in half." And that's a critical secret that we should probably fucking know about now. So they're going through, and Chopper's chasing out the Scopper Gaban. Get it? Chopper's chasing Scopper. Tongue twister there. Say that 5 times fast. But outside of that, this is really good because now we get to see that the crew itself is finally starting to see like, oh yeah, we need to be on that type of level, and it's time to figure out some shit. So we cut over to the panels where the library, of course, is on fire, and killing him is inside there shooting off arrows at the building itself, saying, "You know what, I'll take care of the rest of this." And he's setting a blaze towards the library and everything else over there inside the the Elbaf legend, database, archives, culture, all of that stuff from them. So now it's burning down, and we see Saul, he's on the ground, destroyed, devastated. We see Robin devastated because the library holds a lot of secrets that were secrets of the legendary place O'Hara, which was where Robin is from. And the scholars of O'Hara, as they documented the entire history of the world, these books are now being destroyed and burned. So there's nothing that they can do other than just cry. And Killingham calls in and it's like, hey, this Killingham coming in. Tell that girl she could come back. Rona, you're free to turn back around because the job was done. So Rona works back, and as she's walking back, she says, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that I'm still alive. Everything is burning, and it's all because of me. We know that she has history of just thinking that the worst of herself at all times, and her self-esteem is shot because you're not supposed to cause problems for other people, and it's not your fault. She did a hell of a job staying brave, and keeping on that brave face. But as she comes back, and it's one of those things where it's like the culture, the children, the troops, everything inside here is being put to question now. It's time for my man Scott Caban to step in and take out what we have to know as Gunko, who has this arrow fruit going crazy because she has full control over a lot of the things around them and a lot of things that they care about as well, such as the children. So now Scott was coming in. Colin and the rest of the children are all sitting there looking on, and they see Scopper and they start saying, hey, it's Mr. Ya. Scopper, Colin's, Mr. Ya is here. Mr. Ya is here. And Scopper is saying, please don't speak up, Colin, because he knows that if he speaks up, Colin is going to call him dead, and that's going to put his son at even more risk. And at this point in time, it's like, yeah, like that kind of worked out inside of Gunko's favor for the most part, because Colin does scream out, Daddy, Dad, everybody, my dad is here, and he's stronger than anyone that's here. He's going to save all of us. And with that being said, that piece of information, Scott Caban is showing up. Gunko, what does she do? She instantly darts right towards Colin and puts a arrow needle sword right at his neck, telling Scopper, don't move. Scopper can't do anything but just look on. And as he uses his future sight, he simply sees the worst for the worst. The blade getting into Colin's neck and then going right through his head, and Scopper not being able to make it in time because his future sight just sees all of that happening. Observation hockey, he really realized, like, hey, I'm not going to do anything then. I yield. I apologize. Please don't hurt my son. And as he puts his hands up inside the air, Gunko shoots off 2 arrows right through his 3 arrows right through his chest, stabbing him and knocking him off the platform down below to the underworld. That just has to be means for like, hey, like, yeah, it's just gonna get real most likely. Chopper's down there, and of course Chopper sees that, and Chopper is gonna probably make a beeline towards saving either the children or Mr. Ya, Scott Caban for that part. But Colin speaking up did put him at severe like disadvantage. And then the rest of the crew as well is looking on and says, hey, Brooke, can you, and when they say Brooke, Gunko looks suspiciously funny at things. It's like, wait, Brooke, are you Brooke? And runs off on a straightaway towards them. And we have Summers out cold. Kiringham is talking about great Imu Sama. At this moment, the Holy Land is a sea of fire. They're trying to burn everything down to let them all know what's going on. But Brooke is there. And when Brooke's name gets brought up, as we get a flashback to somebody yelling out, Father. And as this person yells out, Father, she simply says, wait, what is this memory right here? And we see a musician holding a young girl's hand. Looks like to be father and daughter. And he has a fro, a long coat, and a sword around his waist. And he's singing, yo ho ho. We know one person to be saying that. For this little girl to call Father to Brooke and simply goes, this has to be a dream. This can't be going on at all. This person wants to be a pirate. That's his dream, you see. So he probably left her at a young age to go out to sea. And with Gunko pulling up there, allow Imu to show you the dominance of a god. And Gunko is now ready and in full effect in rage mode. Her conqueror's haki is blasting off every single word of her body. She is now in full on rage mode from just hearing Brooke's name and having this flashback come back to her. I really wonder what's next going to happen inside the chapter and throughout them in 1150 when that comes out, because this is going to be one for the ages where it's going to be no return. Like, is Brooke's daughter Gunko? Do they have what relationship do they have to one another? They gotta be from the same exact place. Is Brooke like the Shanks to Gunko, like Shanks was to Luffy, is like that father figure, or for better instance, like Shanks was towards Uta, for instance. Like, is that what's going on inside here? I'm really interested about seeing what comes up next from this, and it's going to be really fun to go over. So stay tuned, because 1150 is right behind 1149, and we'll be right back with it. But again, if you do rock with us, you do belong to us the long way, the strong way, the hard way. You know what the fuck going on already. Twisting podcast all day, every day, baby. We are back, and doing a lot better. Check out some more of our content. The 16 drops with a lot of his stuff he's been going crazy with. I'm starting to get back into a little bit more, but our TikTok has been going up a little bit more as well, and other platforms, social medias. Make sure you're following all of them for a chance for a giveaway, to enter a giveaway that we do have coming up once we hit a certain number up on every single one of the platforms. But stay tuned with that, because we are definitely going to be tapping in, and I really hope that you guys rock out with this. This is 12, officially signing off.